Nico and the Bruins got out an ugly win on homecoming night. Powder blues, everything. Nico didn't play his best, but he played his hardest and his toughest when his team needed him in the win versus Maryland.
You are Locked On UCLA, your daily podcast on the UCLA Bruins. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome, everybody, to this reaction of Locked On UCLA. I'm your host, Zach Anderson-Yoxheimer. Thanks for making the show your first listen each and every day. And welcome, everydayers. UCLA wins this game 20-17 at the death, at the buzzer, whatever you want to call it, the final horn. UCLA wins it 20-17 because Mateen Bhaghani nails the game winner. But the story, Anthony Freese, big-time touchdown run and a big-time late-game run to put the Bruins in automatic form for a less than 25-yard field goal to win the game for UCLA. Man, what a game for the Bruins. Nico did not have a good performance at all. But he still came off holding his knee when he was hurt on the last drive prior to Maryland's game-tying touchdown drive and led the Bruins down the field for a UCLA victory. Because, man, what a game for UCLA to win it against Maryland, dramatic fashion. It won't go on Tim Skipper's highlight tape for head coaching resume. It won't go on Jerry Neuheisel's offensive coordinating tape. It won't go on Nico's NFL resume tape if he's trying to get to the first round of the NFL draft. No, and no. But the Bruins, defensively, you had the fireworks, you had the fans, everybody feeling the hype, and the Bruins got the job done against Maryland. I don't know what to say. This was not a good game by Nico. You could see where all the critics come in and say, yeah, that's not the game. But despite all odds, despite all the hater, despite all the critics, myself included, the doubters, comes off hurting his knee with an ugly tackle and then comes through a couple of nice throws. You get a freest run, and the Bruins end up still scoring 20 points, which they're hard-pressed to do the first 4 to 5 weeks this season. And against a very stout Maryland defense, the Bruins come through in a come-from-behind fourth-quarter win and also holding it off to beat Maryland in the last-second drive to go for the win. Now, the defense played spectacularly against Mike Locksley's team. Malik Washington had a tough time going out against it for this UCLA defense. But the Bruins, despite the penalties, despite the mistakes, despite everything going against them in this game, they couldn't find a way to lose it. Because instead, the Magic, it's swinging their way. Everything is swinging their way with the Mateen Bhaghani winner and Nico's game-winning drive. Finally, we've had some close ones. The defense had to get a stop against Penn State. UCLA dominated Michigan State. They couldn't go down and get the field goal against Northwestern or against the likes of UNLV. And now here we are, seeing the Bruins go through and get the job done. I mean, what a turnaround. It's not going to go on those tapes. UCLA won this game in dramatic fashion. My brain went in 7 different ways. When Nico came off the field, I was thinking, man, this is where the Tennessee fans are going to come in and hate on Nico with his 2 picks. Horrible reads. I thought Nico hurt his knee. I thought he was done for the year. I can tell you the amount of emotions that went through my brain through these final 30 minutes of a 4-hour game that finished 20-17. A lot of those points coming at the very end. I mean, goodness gracious, what a back and forth dramatic affair in this game. There's not a lot to say other than Kevin Coyle deserves $1 million. I don't know how much he's getting as the interim guy, but he needs $1 million because what he's done to put this Bruins defense into stout territory, amazing. Jerry Neuheisel, yeah, we got to pump the brakes on Wonderkind right now because that was a humbling performance. So for him, we'll see what it means. Yet for UCLA, absolutely stunning that they've gotten 3 wins in a row and a chance to get to 500 with their second top 10 win of the year. Now, Penn State obviously tumbled out of the rankings, but I'm talking about Indiana. All that and more, we're talking on Locked On UCLA because, man, this has been a thrilling ride. I don't really know how to think about it. I thought so many bad things, so many good things. I didn't think the Bruins could even move the football. No, I couldn't even think they moved the football against this Maryland team because they looked so down out of it. Defense, great. Turnovers, horrible. Even though the defense had a chance to force many turnovers, they didn't end up doing so. When it came to the flags and penalties, UCLA, they needed to be a disciplined football team and didn't end up being the case. In the end, UCLA wins it. Nico and the Bruins made it look ugly, made it tough on themselves, and they're going to have a lot of filmmaking adjustments to do in the week leading up to Indiana, but the Bruins get the job done. Well, more reaction, more thoughts later, but thanks for tuning into this edition of Locked On UCLA. Hands up, Bruin fans. 8 clap time, baby. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. UCLA. UCLA fight, fight, fight. This has been Locked on UCLA. Zach signing off. Go Bruins.